Hello. Notice anything different? Hello. Hello, Mousimus. Hi, Slat Studio. Blauholzen, hello. Eating with hello. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing something a little bit different today. Yes. Yeah. Not every room in the lodge, because I thought, maybe not every room, but a few, a few of them. Hey, Ashkata. Hey, Tanda. Hey, Jim. Yeah, this is a new record for lateness, so congratulations to me for my new record of lateness. And if you did get a notification today, it's probably wrong because I couldn't figure out where the stream information thing was on OBS anymore. And I've done it quite a few times, and it's not in the place I usually thought it was, which leads me to think I'm losing my mind or something. So it's gonna be out of date, the stream info today, because I don't know where that is. It's usually in view docs, and there's usually a stream info one, and I can't see it there. And so if it's somewhere else, please tell me because I couldn't find it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Deluxe Tech. Yeah, my house is looking a little low res today. Um, yeah, we're gonna play with this. I thought, why not? To do something a little bit different. Yes, yeah, I'm trapped inside the game, Blaholzen. So what happened? The first, one of the first or really early versions of the demo, you could actually escape the lodge, which you're not supposed to be able to do. And I think two people actually managed to get outside of the lodge. But I since learned from then, and now before I release a uh, a demo, I delete all the exterior rooms so the game will just crash if you leave the lodge now. But before I just didn't. I left everything in, and yeah, that happened. Eating with you, I was 7 minutes late today. Yeah. Yeah, we'll dock it for my pay, please do. Hey, DJ Mega Hammer. Cool, yeah, yeah, thanks for dropping by. I hope to catch you later. I don't know how long this one will be. This is the first time we're doing the chroma key thing, so I don't know what the Surface Book 3 is gonna think about that. So, yeah. I don't know how long this will be, we'll see. Okay, Twitch Maple Mystery Dashboard. On OBS though, where is that, Tanda? Do you know? But I will try that on just Twitch in my browser. Thank you. I didn't even think of that. Okay, let's go to my dashboard. Stream Manager. See if I can fix this. So yes, more technical difficulties, more delightful technical difficulties. And yeah, let me know about the sound. I always do a sound check every day, but things change. Okay. And yeah, activity feed, all that stuff, I couldn't seem to figure it out for the life of me. Oh no, you know what? Oh good, it's muted. Okay, edit stream info. Let's just do that really quick. I don't know where it is in OBS anymore. I don't know what my problem is. 15. Art stream. Okay. Right. Okay. We'll go with that. Sound is good. Good. Hello, LEZZZZ. Yes, we'll see about the Surface Book, DJ Mega Hammer. Oh, Deluxe Tux. You don't think you have the old demo version? Good. Okay. So I'm gonna close that stream manager thing. I do like it though because it does give me the activity feed, which is another thing I can't find in OBS anymore, which is leading me to believe that I'm not looking in the right place. View, docs, scene, sources, audio mixer. It's not in that one? Where would it be? Anyway, never mind. I'm sure I'm sure something's broken in a really exciting way, and I just can't get enough of that nowadays, it seems. So, okay. Okay, yeah, so hardware update. Hardware update. Let's do that. Is the music still going? Okay. Hardware update. So I returned the Wacom into medium Intuos, and oop, silent. Put the phone on silent. And I returned the bamboo ink stylus. And the bamboo ink stylus is a pen I've talked about it before that has a dual compatibility, DOS, DOS, Windows, and Microsoft and Wacom. And it was not working at all. And it doesn't say on the site, the product description, that the Bamboo Ink Plus stylus will work with the Surface Book 3, but it did say on the site that it would work with the Surface Book 1 and 2, so I kind of bought it because I figured it would be the same thing, because I think it's the same basic tech in the Surface Book models. But anyway, it didn't work, so I returned it. I returned the medium Intuos, which worked perfectly, but it was more, for me, that was more of a test to see if the issue was the Entrig stuff that Microsoft packs now or Wacom, and it seems like it's the Entrig stuff. OBS is no BS in the web captioner. Sweet. Montech FTB, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, hello, thank you for your help and your advice. We're gonna see what happens with all this stuff, and it's gonna be pending something which I was just gonna get into right now, which is I did a Microsoft like a live chat today, and I told him I read him the list that I read you guys last stream about everything I tried to get the Microsoft Slim pen to work, and Microsoft's going to send me a replacement stylus. And so the pen just might be defective, which would be a really simple solution to the problem that I've been spending 2 weeks on. So it's one of the, again, it's like the Photoshop clip, which I will link in case anyone hasn't seen it. Um, it's kind of like the Photoshop thing, the Photoshop clip. Oh, Judith Butler's lover, good to see you. Good night, good night, good night. Good luck with your early start tomorrow. Yeah, so if the pen is defective, that's great because that means that my stuff works now. But then it'll feel like I wasted 2 weeks on a technical difficulty that was on their end. But we'll see. I will keep you guys posted. So that is that. Oh yeah. Oh, I have. So not only is the jitter that I experienced with my cursor, is my stylus in Photoshop, but it's actually in Microsoft's, it's called their Ink workspace. So I've got a great little. So here is the Microsoft Slim Pen. Hey, Nico Seren Interis. Thank you for following. Yeah, so you can see the pressure sensitivity works in Ink workspace. So this is Microsoft's own drawing app, but you can see there's still the most incredible jitter. So I don't have high hopes that it's a pen issue. I just think it's a Entrig not good issue, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. The other thing. I'm actually I'm working on, well, I started working a couple days ago on the Crimson Gazette, which is my monthly newsletter that I put out that, dev news and rock facts. And I've got a really, really good Canadian rock fact this month. So if you guys don't know that I do a monthly newsletter, I have one that you can sign up for on the website, on thecrimsondiamond.com, which, why doesn't that link work? Okay, well, anyway, if you go to the Crimson Diamond website, you can sign up to the newsletter. So yeah, I'm working on that. That should be coming out either tomorrow or the next day. I usually put it out middle of the month, every month. And it's been more than a year. So if you haven't seen the dev blog, there's more than a year of previous entries, so you can see the stuff I've been doing and going to and etc. So there's that. And the last thing is, yeah, today's mostly going to be working on the exterior that we've been working on for the past past ever since I started streaming. That's what we're going to be working on today. Hey, Alice, thanks for following. Sweet. And I'm going to show a craft that I've been not working on now, but one that I've kind of set aside for a while, but I do hope to get back to. I'll show you that in a bit, but we're going to get into the art today. We're going to dive right in. We're going to try to get some stuff done. Although I don't have a stylus right now because I packed it up to ship out tomorrow, which probably wasn't smart, but it's hardly working anyway. We're going to be doing mouse only in CS2 today. But the ROM, so this is the process of the ROM piece over time. And you guys know the last stage is what we worked on a couple weeks ago. But I'm looking at the first stage of what I had started with. And yeah, the windows have blue and stuff in them. So I figure doing that today would be not as demanding and doesn't really require a stylus. So we're going to start coloring some windows, I think. And forget about the trees for a while. The trees are kind of like a stylus thing. But yeah, we're going to dive right into that, I think. Oh, you know what? Almost forgot. For people who are new to the stream and watching, etc., I'm going to introduce myself because hopefully there are new people every time I do this. So I'm Julia Minamata. I'm a solo indie game dev working on the Crimson Diamond, which is a mystery adventure game set in Canada. And I'm going to throw up the trailer now. Once I figure out how to pause the music, I will do that. Oh, well, VLC crashed. No. Okay. Yeah, so hold on. Well, I'll put the music back on after the trailer. But here it is. This is old. This is an old version of the trailer. I need a new trailer. Dan and I are going to figure something out. And the demo that you can find on Steam and itch.io is Chapter 1 of 7. And I'm currently developing Chapter 4. And it's been stalled because I've been trying to update my machine, but hopefully we're going to get back on track soon. And you can see it's a text parser, and it actually has a graphical inventory in it. And I kind of got rid of the text window inventory. The text only inventory was more trouble than it was worth, so I just got rid of it. But yeah, it's pretty much, a lot of it has stayed in the same state in this first chapter since I first started developing it. And yeah, I'm just working on the new stuff, which I can't show, unfortunately. Eden with, you're hoping for happy little trees today? Oh, Eden with, yeah, so Eden with 17. Oh, wow, we don't want that again. Eden with 17 ported the Crimson Diamond to Mac OS, so if you have a Mac and you want to play the demo, you got him to thank. And yeah, I asked before I started doing art streams, well, what piece of art do you guys want to see me work on? Because this piece is from the intro sequence. So if you get the demo and you start new game, the game starts its introductory cutscene, which has very, very rough graphics. And so I've been trying to update those slowly, and Edenwaith suggested the ROM exterior, which is the one that is absolutely the most complicated and time-consuming one. But we're getting it out of the way first, right? So that's a positive thing. Yes, and this music is, well, the music for the trailer was composed by Dan. And let's see, why don't I'm kind of scared because none of the links are working. Okay, there's Dan. Well, Dan's links work this time. So Dan, every other week, Dan does a music dev stream, and I'm on there on that too. And we do kind of live composition for little bits of music for the game. And last week we did a horror music sting, a horror kind of sting, and it was a fun thing to get together with, and we kind of take people's feedback as we do it, and that's a fun time too. So next week should be a music stream. I haven't asked Dan yet, but hopefully that's what we'll be doing, more music. And I actually have some of Dan's music incorporated now that I'll actually show you guys before we get into the art stuff. So I'm going to delay that just a little bit more. Hey Dave, good to see you. Yeah, you can see I'm doing chroma key now. We're trying to get fancy. So I'm going to show some more Dan music and stuff we worked on actually live on stream. And the videos for that you can see, I've got VODs. Oh, that worked now. I've got VODs on my YouTube channel, so you can definitely go back and watch those if you want to. And let's get into that actually. I should turn the music back on, but I don't want it for this particular part, so I won't yet. Okay, so. Okay, work. Oh no, does nothing want to work? Oh, that happened. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me know if, oh, that's really loud, it feels like. Okay. So this piece of music is an original piece of music. This is the Crimson Diamond theme song that Dan composed, and it's composed on the Roland MT32, which is a piece of hardware that was popular in the late 80s, early 90s, but quickly got overtaken by more advanced stuff. Okay, volume is good now? Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so this is something he composed way ahead of time, but on one of our past music streams, Dan composed a little chapter opening ditty, like a ragtimey ditty, which I think is really, really wonderful. We did this, he did it on stream too, so I'm going to skip over the intro here. Yes, mouse miss. Yeah, the sound effects for the game. Yeah, I'm trying not to. Actually, the beginning of the intro sequence used to have well water running, but only as well as the Roland MT32 can render. So it just sounded like static, and I felt like that just wasn't that great of a sound. So I got rid of that. But yeah, that is a little ragtime part that Dan composed on live on stream a few streams ago. So I really think that's lovely. And what else can I show? There is two. There in the demo. There are two other original songs that Dan composed. That if you play the demo and you play it all the way through, you should be able to hear those. The log behind Kimmy's head gives her the appearance of wearing horns and antlers. These two logs. Yeah, very nice. Hey, Bill Coon. Oh, you had a book club Zoom meeting. Sweet. Yeah, Deluxe Tux, the ragtime ditty that Dan composed is really, really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that, and we're going to get into working on the piece that we're working on today. So let me get over there. And let me start, actually before I do that, let me start up the music again, because I don't know what happened with that. That just, VLC doesn't usually crash, so I don't know. But anyway, let's get into that. Oh, thanks for the, hold on, let me look at my activity feed. Oh no, I missed it. Oh no, okay, hold on, I can check on the Twitch activity feed. Oh, thank you, Goat Brush Threep Goat. I love the name and thank you for the follow. Okay. Okay, so, where was I? Oh yeah, I was starting up the music again. Okay, and now we're gonna dive into Photoshop. And, okay, the web captioner, still good. Okay, still good. So let's get into Photoshop. Okay. Tom, good to see you, Tom. Tom is the developer of Feria Darls, which is also made in Adventure Game Studio, which I kind of forgot to mention. The Crimson Diamond is made in Adventure Game Studio, which is a great open source engine for making adventure games, and it's purposely built for adventure games, as you can tell from the name, and it's a great tool. And I use it, Tom uses it, Dave Gilbert uses it for the Wadjet games, Francisco Gonzalez uses it for Lamplight City and Rosewater upcoming. It's a great tool. Yeah, Edenworth, we are not going to do the deluxe paint in DOSBox. Though I have been told that the introductory sequence art is very deluxe, is very like MS Paint. Okay, so this was the original piece here that used to be in the demo, but we've since over many hours we've gotten it to this point. And what do we have here? I mentioned I wanted to play with the windows today because I think without a stylus that's probably a good place to go with it. Okay. Ooh, let's not touch the mic. Because yeah, I got really keen and packed up the Microsoft Slim stylus that I'm returning, and so it's not here anymore. But we don't need a stylus. And Tom, oh yeah, I forgot. Tom, if you want to link Darls, please do. And Tom is working on the sequel to Darls as well, so that's kind of exciting. I'm gonna, let's see, we're gonna get started on the windows, and we're gonna do cyan. I think I do like the cyan on the windows. Can always be changed, and I did make a separate layer, so that'll do. The mic is kind of in my way. Okay. So, what I like to do for this is... Well, what else can I tell you about development? Yeah, so, chapter 4 is, it's going well pending the, hardware working properly. I still have I still have the Surface Pro 3, Surface Pro 2, so I definitely still can work on that if I need to. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, when I wanted to get the hardware working on the Surface Book 3, you kind of get obsessed with it. Wow. It's interesting how the light cyan, when it's put against the dark gray, it makes the dark gray look so much darker than everywhere else. That's what you have to be aware of when you're working with this palette. That's really bright. I'm probably will have to dither that with the dark cyan, because that's just really, really bright. Too bright. Or maybe even the light gray, just to knock it back a bit. We'll see though. A lot of this is just trying it and seeing what happens. Hey Hivemine, this is the same limited palette as the Colonel's Bequest had for SCI 0. Yeah, so it's the same 16 color palette that they're using. They used anyway. It's my absolute favorite colors. And there, I saw on Twitter just the past week there have been quite a few people who have been using this particular palette, such as the Slat Studio, who is in chat today. Slat Studio made an EGA adventure game called Betrayed Alliance, and it's free. So, Slat Studio, if you want to drop your link, you please do, because it's really cool that you did that. That you made an EGA game. There's a few of us, and there was a new one that I saw that looks like Zach McCracken. I don't remember what the guy's name was though, the dev, but it looked really good, and that gets me really excited because yeah, I love this color palette. I think it's super cheerful and also super more versatile than people might give it credit for. And just it's amazing to see what effects people can produce with these colors at this resolution. People do have styles, which which I'm not surprised to know because I'm doing it. But I think people might think, oh well, with these restrictions, can you actually create something that has its own distinctive style? And yeah, you can definitely tell EGA artists' styles from the choices that they make, and that actually makes it really interesting for me. Hey Cosmic Void 3, yeah, the brushes, what I do with the dithers, which is, it's really kind of like old school, I have layer masks for the dithers. So they're over here on the side here. So yeah, I don't do the brushes. I just kind of have a layer of squares, and then I knock it out with the layer mask feature. And I do use Ace Bright sometimes. Oh no! Yeah, just trying to. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, I'm using. I use Ace Bright sometimes for animation, but for backgrounds like this, I'm still more comfortable using Photoshop. And I don't like where this. Hold on, let me just try to adjust the mic a little bit because yeah, don't want that to happen again. Oh cool, let me just, I like having the audio for that. Darkwing602, thanks for the follow. Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna knock those back with dither. And so what I do is, it's just really super, it's incredibly old school what I do. So I'll take one of my old dithers and I might go window dither. And it just gets to be a mess. And I say that it's kind of it can be a little bit embarrassing having people watch you do this stuff, but it's also been extremely educational because I've learned tips and tricks. Oh yeah, Okisai Tenshi is not here, I don't think. Kisai Tenshi recommended something called Stream Link to me, which was because I was having trouble downloading my videos off of Twitch because I forgot to press record, and I'm actually going to triple check that I'm recording right now. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, good. I'm recording. Good. And so Kisai Tenshi recommended Stream Link, and that worked perfectly. So I wanted to thank Kisai Tenshi, but I don't think Kisai Tenshi's here right now. But that was awesome. And yeah, sorry, sorry for the mic drop. That was unintentional. Jim Plays Games wants to know, is there anything particularly challenging about drawing on this palette? And is there anything challenging about this palette? There's only one yellow. That's kind of challenging. But I don't know. I like the limitations. I think the limitations make it easier for me. Yeah, that's better, probably. Yeah. Yeah, better. Just knocks him back a little bit. And because the contrast between the light gray and the light cyan is so low, it doesn't get like too checkerboard like, which can happen. Hello, Leandrinux. Good to see you. Welcome to stream. I'm glad that you like the work so far. Oh, and you're another Lower Bow fan. That's nice. Yes. Oh my goodness. Not only in the art, but also the game design is I find very inspiring for Lower Bow. I'm gonna check. Oop, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know where my usually in OBS there's like a stream thing that you can turn on that's super handy, and I don't see it right now. So I'm sorry if I keep on switching back and forth because I'm trying to not make sure I catch everybody. Oh, thanks, Cosmic Void 3. You like this amount of dithering? It can be a challenge. There's a Sierra game called Conquests of Camelot that has a heck of a lot of dithering, but the reason you see that dithering is the point I mentioned before, is because oftentimes the dithering, the two colors in the dither have a very high contrast, which makes it look very, very checkerboard-like, which I think was probably intentional because it kind of makes it look like a medieval tapestry, but it looks like super dithered sometimes. Yeah, Jim, honestly, the limitations make it so much easier for me. When I was working as a freelance illustrator, it helps reduce the scope of the job because, if they give you the article that you're writing, you're drawing for, gives you the exact, the specifications of where it's going to be on the page, the size, what is it on a magazine, is it newspaper? There's so many considerations to take into account, and the more information I get, the happier I am, because not only do I get satisfaction from delivering a job that fits all those specifications, but it kind of really narrows down what I can go for. So that's what I love about EGA. These are the colors I have. I have these 16 colors to work with, and I don't have to think about anything else. I can just focus on problem solving with that toolbox. Yeah, Eden Wait, there's no true orange in the EGA palette either. There's just the bright red or the light red here, which kind of does the trick. That's what I tend to use when I'm going for orange. But yeah, the yellow is the one I kind of feel the most. I remember someone on Twitter once asked me if I could add one color to the EGA palette, what color would I pick? And I would probably pick a warm yellow. It would make it a lot easier to do stuff. And actually on Twitter this week, Mark Ferrari, who did the art in Loom, Zach McCracken, and Maniac Mansion, he said he thinks that a lot of games had night scenes because, and I know someone mentioned the night scenes in the Crimson Diamond, because the EGA palette is really well suited toward night scenes because there's 4 blues. So it works out really well. But Mark Ferrari said then the daytime scenes are a bit tougher because of the colors. And I do love the night scenes too. In fact, I can probably take you guys on a little tour of nighttime. I mean, the copy of the game I've got running here through OBS is my working copy, so it can do stuff that people who are the demo cannot do, which is go outside and take a look around. So we might do that too if you guys like seeing the nighttime scenes. But yeah, I do like the way the windows are looking there. That was quicker than I anticipated. And I think those up windows too probably can use a little bit of something. Let's do that. But I feel like the up windows might be okay with the light cyan. We'll see. I might have to go dark cyan. We'll see. Yes, Dave, what Camelot is too much for you in terms of the dithering? Oh, Quiet Eye! You met me at the Toronto Gaming Expo suite like last year. Thank you for coming. Oh my gosh, I love seeing people that I've met in person popping in. That's awesome. Welcome to stream. And let me just double check. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I gotta check this from time to time so I don't miss any notifications. But yeah, thanks for coming. And did we talk at the Toronto Expo? At all when I was showing the game? Yeah, I showed this game last year at EGLX, which is our Toronto Gaming Expo. And I also showed it at Adventure X in London. I showed it at Wordplay 2018 in Toronto. I think those are the 3 places. And it's always nice to see people come in that have come from those things. So what I'll probably do... How lazy am I gonna be? How lazy am I gonna be? See, it doesn't fit. I'll do one at a time. Even though they won't fit all the way. Just, I want to be lazy. That's gonna be fine, I think. That sliver of blue is not gonna be too bad. Oh, and speaking of limitations, I mentioned already, Dan, who did not compose this music, but composed music in the demo, is using a Roland MT32. If you want to talk about limitations, that's that's Dan's thing, and he'll be doing that hopefully next week. Although I have not talked to him about it yet. Hopefully. Oh, Cosmic Void 3, you want to go on a tour? Yeah. So let's see. It's 8:39 now. Why don't we say at let's say at 8:50. 8:50. Let's go on. I'll take you guys on a tour of the grounds, and I'll show you the nice nighttime scene, which I did last stream, but I know not everyone is here from last time, and I don't mind doing it. I think it's fun. And I heard the chime, which is good. Joe is here for you. Thank you. I like that name. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. I'm being super lazy right now. I don't want to paint 6 pixels. They're 8 pixels, so I'm just doing this. Oh, you've been following the project Quiet Eye? Sweet, thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, Hive Mind. Yeah, my blog, I'm a mineral hoarder. Have I done any polishing? I have not done any polishing. I'm kind of considering buying a rock tumbler. Yeah, it's like, ooh, another hobby that I can pick up. And yeah, tonight I'm going to show you guys another hobby that I have, which is kind of, I don't know, I have an unreasonable amount of hobbies. But I do love, I love both actually. I love polished rocks, and I love unpolished rocks. One of my previous streams I showed, oh, that's about it. On one of my previous streams, I showed this mineral bag you can get that you can like wash through with a sieve and kind of go through with a loop. And I had a ball for like 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon. And I actually like seeing, because you can learn a lot about the kind of rock it is by the texture and how it's formed and how, how rough it is, how smooth it is. That's a lot of information. Smooth rocks, it doesn't, it could mean that they're older. They've been tumbled around more. It could mean they're softer potentially. There's so many bits of information you get from that. But I do love a nice tumbled rock too. I've got a collection of really beautiful ones of those. Yeah, the windows make it pop, Laholton. Yeah, I didn't even think about these windows until I went back when I was making that animated GIF, and And I noticed, yeah, the windows, yeah, I had to stick those in. And it kind of does make it more lively, you know? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Right. Am I back yet? Because it did like a on and off thing where, oh no. Please let me know if and when I'm back. Yeah, so I mentioned at the top of the stream, I don't know how the Service Book 3 is going to deal with the chroma key that I got going on today. Um, that might be the first indication of a bumpy ride, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know after I've given up. I won't just leave. So if it does crash again, I will be back unless I say otherwise. Oh, hi, mine. I totally need a rock tumbler. Can I show some minerals later? Do I have any around right now? You know what? I have two that I have just at hand that I can show, and they're two of my favorites, so I will show those. Yeah, sorry you guys, and I guess I'm back. I'm Bach, and thank you, Quiet Eye, for the follow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the crashing. Like I said, I'm using Microsoft Surface Pro 2. That was my original machine, and it never crashed. And I've streamed with this machine a couple times, and it's crashed on two different occasions. I'm not altogether pleased with my purchase, and honestly, it's like a 90% chance that I'm going to be returning it. This is Microsoft Surface Book 3. Oh wow, Devor, thank you for the sub. What did it say? Oh, there we go. That took Twitch a good 20 minutes to figure out. Are you kidding? Yikes. Yeah, HiveMind, exactly. You can buy those. It's the one I had was not bags of gold. It was called an emerald bag. So it has some little bits of emerald here and there. And I think I have some pictures. Maybe I can show you guys that too. Yeah, pan at home. That's what I did. Yeah, Cosmic Void 3. No, it's not a secret. Right now, as it stands, there's about 70, I'd say, screens in the game total. And I think overall there's going to be less than 100. Oh wow, Deluxe Touch, your VPN's been crashing too, eh? Oh, thank you for letting me know about Auto Captioner. Oh, curse you, Auto Captioner. Okay, is it back? Oh no. Why is it doing this? Hold on. Give me a second. 1 second. Is it back? Okay, good, it's back. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for letting me know. Just little prods and pokes in the right direction. Really, really helpful. Okay, so that's back. We're getting there. It's a bit of a shambles today. Started late, crashed already once. Anna, good to see you. Yay, thanks. I'm glad you like the background, Anna. I hope it's not more trouble than it's worth. I don't know if it's responsible for the crash or not. Dan. Yes, Dan. Dan says, if you hope to get work done, he's here to fix that. Yeah. We don't get a heck of a lot of work done on these streams, to be fair. But it's more about hanging out and showing you guys process stuff and other fun stuff like rocks. Yeah. Yeah, Cosmic Void, yeah, how many are in the kernel's book quest? Because I actually really don't know. I have the PDF of the design document somewhere on my computer, but I had not really looked through it. That's really cool, though. Yeah, it's kernel's bequest. That had space limitations, which I thankfully do not have, because I'm not technically advanced enough to be able to transcend those limitations. Oh yeah, we have more windows actually. So yeah, let's get into the windows at the bottom here. Let's do those. More windows. Yo, Dan, while you're here, why don't you, are you going to be available next week to stream some original music stuff? Is that a thing we could do? Just let me know. Dr. Mikachu, lurking while you cook, Dr. Mikachu. Cool. Yeah, so Dr. Mikachu, you have not missed the show and tell this week. I will be doing a show and tell, and I'm really interested to see what you come up with. So yeah, one of the reasons I have this EGA palette is not just for show. Sometimes when I'm using the eyedropper and when I'm streaming, Photoshop is a bit laggy, and to eyedrop one pixel when it's a little bit laggy can be challenging. So I just go up here, and it's much easier to pick, much like a paint box, out of that palette. So that's kind of why that happens. And so what I'm gonna have to decide is how much of this I'm gonna color in. I can tell by the photo reference that I'm looking at, which is this one, that the windows actually have a shadow here. So when I paint in with the cyan, I'm gonna leave some dark gray to indicate that there is a shadow there. And what I'm also going to do is underneath the pane line, or whatever this is called, I'm not a window person, I'm going to leave this as well to indicate shadow. And we'll see if it doesn't work, yeah, I'll get rid of it. But that's my idea of how to indicate the light and shadow of this window using the colors available. So Dr. Mikachu is a wonderful game dev streamer who she knows, kind of like when Neo knows all those different fighting styles, Dr. Mikachu knows all these different game engines. So she'll show Unity, she'll show Pico 8, she'll show, I don't even know what else, like a ton of other stuff. And so it's really cool to see her develop design documents and actually work on projects live, because you can actually seeing a tool being used really, to me, helps me understand what that tool does. Oh, thank you, Anna. You love this building. It does have stunning architecture. It really does. I do like this classic Romanesque look to the architecture. Oh, cool. Dan is a tentative for next week's stream to do music. Yes, last video, palette limitation is good. Memory limitation is not so good. Yes. The Edenwith. So the spaceship Edenwith is referring to. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I have it on hand. Oh, that's the show and tell I don't want to show yet. Yeah, so nowadays the ROM front, oh, why doesn't that work? The ROM front got modernized with the Lichin crystal, and it looks a little bit different than how it did. And I'm going to give you guys the one that, the less photogenic version of the photo, which is this. Yeah, I'm having to run Photoshop off the integrated chip and not even the NVIDIA GPU that I paid for, because OBS wants to run on the integrated chip. If it doesn't, I can't do a display capture. So that's another fun thing that I learned. But yeah, here is what the front of the Royal Ontario Museum looks like nowadays. It's got this very modernist, which I kind of think does look cool. And I've told you guys one of the problems I have with it is in the wintertime, ice freezes on this whole, this whole thing. Ice freezes, and then when it starts melting, it starts sliding off onto the sidewalk. And so they have to put pylons at the bottom so people don't walk under, and with the danger of getting a face full of ice sliding into their face. So that's my biggest complaint with it. And I'll just leave it at that. Hive mind, how many carats is the Crimson Diamond? Well, we don't even know if there is one. That's kind of why Nancy Maple is going up there, is because she's trying to figure out if there is one. Why won't this close? Please work. No, I don't want to. Okay. So we don't know. That's what you're going to find out. Oh well, Heroes Quest had around 70 rooms. Yeah, so the forest was Slat Studio. Was the forest a matter of them kind of mixing up elements to make a different forest to save space? Because I love that. I think that's really cool, but does that count as different rooms? Have I just tried disabling the GPU in Photoshop? I have not. I think I've got it currently set, so Photoshop is running off possibly the NVIDIA, I think. So that might help. Yeah, it does look like a crashed spaceship, Bill. Oh, okay, it's 8:50 now, so time does go by quickly. But let's take a look at what. See, I think I might have to go darker with the bottom windows because that's too much light. But let me just put the dither there, and we'll see what we can see. And then I will show two real quick of my minerals that Dr. Mikachu. This is not the show and tell. It just Hive Mind was asking about some of my favorite minerals or mineral collection, and these ones are two tumbled minerals, so I do like them for certain for certain reasons. That's not bad. Okay, so okay, all right, okay, so. Web caption is going weird. Can I restart it? How is it now? Okay, I think it's smooth. Now, web crafters. Now I'm reading it myself. I gotta not look at it because it's really throwing me off. Okay, they had a good number of forest rooms in Quest for Glory 1, but they flipped some, added trees, bushes. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, so I have two of my favorite rocks actually right on hand here to show. And then I will do the show and tell for Dr. Mikachu if she's still watching and cooking at the same time. So I'm not even sure which one of these are my favorite, but they're two of my favorites for the same reason. One of them, dark clouds. Yeah, Mosum is probably a bright, fluffy cloud. So let's do that next, I think. Oh, see, the chroma key is kind of getting to it. But this is lapis lazuli. Focus. Don't focus on me. Focus on the rock. Isn't there a movie that's like, don't look at me, look at the rock. Don't look at me, look at the thing I'm trying to make you look at. So the reason I love lapis lazuli is because it was used in the production of the most luxurious, expensive ultramarine pigment for hundreds of years. And it was light fast, which is really, really important for painters. And so if you go to an old, so when I was in London for Adventure X, I went to the art gallery, the National, is it called the National Gallery? I don't remember what it's called. But the big one, their main one. And if you go and you look at a lot of the Renaissance paintings and stuff like that, you'll see this blue, and it will be the brightest color in the entire painting. And it's always the same color. Well, not always the same color. If they use ultramarine, it'll be this beautiful bright blue color, and it lasted. And it's gorgeous, and that's the reason that lapis lazuli is one of my favorites. It was more valuable, it was more expensive than gold. And in the medieval times when they were using this, well, the richest mines, I don't know of any more, but at the time, and for hundreds of years after, the richest mines of lapis lazuli were in Afghanistan. So if you can imagine living in medieval times, you're in a monastery with your illuminated manuscripts, and you're getting lapis lazuli from Afghanistan. It's like getting something from Mars. It's just that, to me, I can't even imagine what that must have been like for them. Yeah, it's less to you. I live here in my mind all the time. Yeah, exactly. Hive mind. Actually, I have a really, really awesome book that I bought recently that is all about the history of pigment and all that. And yeah, so this was, they had substitutes for lapis lazuli, but this lasted for a long time because it was just that good. A lot of things got easily replaced because they were not as light fast, things weren't as bright. And also at that time, we don't have to think about this nowadays, but also at that time, when you were a painter, you had to know what chemicals were in your paints, because some chemicals would interact with each other. So you couldn't mix one color with another color because there would be some chemical reaction and it would just become like gray or brown or something awful. So you had to know a lot of chemistry, I think, to be able to use paint. We don't have to think about it nowadays, and so that's a good thing. And I think painters from the olden days would be really amazed at what we have now, because it is better than what they had a lot of the time. Like, I don't even know if you can get lapis lazuli paint anymore. You probably have to make it. Yes, National Gallery, Hive Mind, that's the one it's called. Yeah, I think we called the National Gallery in Canada too, our gallery, so that kind of what confused me. Yes, Bilku, not me, the car. Yeah, so don't try to focus on, not me, the rock. Now you want to paint reds and browns made with Martian rocks, even with, yeah, the first reds and browns and yellows were ochre pigments, earth pigments. And they would bake them at certain, I think, temperatures to get them to be certain colors. Those are pretty stable, I think. Yes, exactly, Anna. Your dad used to make paint from rocks. Yes, that was so amazing. So Anna is a good friend of mine, and I actually got to go out and visit her for a little while. And her dad is an artist and has made paint with like rocks and minerals and stuff. It's really cool. Lace, hey Lace Pendragon, good to see you. And the second, actually, I've got three. So this is my second one, and then my last one is one that just occurred to me. Second favorite, well, not even second favorite, but also favorite for the same reason. Oh, this is not gonna work. Oh no, that's really not gonna work. It's malachite. Malachite. It's beautiful. This green is one of my favorite greens, and it's being chroma keyed the heck out. And yeah, but it's the same reason. Malachite was used for green paint, and malachite dust. Just as a PSA, don't grind this stuff. Don't do that. It's copper based and it's very, very poisonous. So don't try to polish your malachite yourself. I don't even know who polished this, but I hope they were careful. Because, first of all, rock dust is bad. Malachite dust is probably extra bad because of the copper. But it's beautiful. Oh, you can't see it. It's got beautiful banding in it. It's so gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. So these are two beautiful tumbled rocks that really show off the color. And I think that's one of the good reasons to tumble the rocks is because it does enhance the color quite a bit. Oh yeah, indigo. Indigo, I think indigo is light fast too. Indigo is made from plant matter. I saw this whole thing on indigo, and it's really beautiful. It's magical because when you dye it, it doesn't look blue. When it dries out and it gets exposed to air, it deepens. It's amazing that they came up with it. Yes, malachite is the name of isn't that the name of an evil villain? Like on Sailor Moon, there was jadeite and somebody else. Uh, Leanne Drenux, thank you for the follow. And actually, one more um, mineral that I do like, and I just so happen to be wearing it, and I will take one out. Yes, PSA, don't grind your malachite. It's very poisonous. And honestly, I'm ashamed to admit that I have done that because I bought some secondhand malachite beads at a thrift store, and they were looking kind of dull, so I did try to polish them. I was wearing a full-on double barrel mask, and I did it outside. And it didn't really polish that well, but anyway, I'm not going to do that again. Okay. The earring all along. So you're not going to... Okay. So the top is labradorite. So I did not make these earrings, but the top is labradorite. Oh my gosh, the focus. Don't look at me. Stop looking at me. If I cover my face, will it focus? It does not want to. So these earrings, labradorite on top, and the bottom they say is emerald, but I don't know if they are just using that poetically and not really because it's very, you can't see it because of the chroma, but if it was emerald, I can realistically see it being emerald because it's very cloudy emerald. Generally, gems are graded by clarity, and so I don't really care if it's not clear. I like the fact I love the color and the hardness. So I don't know if that's really emerald or not, but I do love the size and the color of these particular earrings. Let's see. Yes, yeah. I realized now that all the green earrings that I've made are not going to work with the chroma background, but that's fine. Whatever. All right. So that's that. Okay, so that was our first break. We're going to get back to the museum art, and after that, oh, you know what? I should do the show and tell in case Dr. Mikachu is still here and watching. Okay, so let's do that. Let's transition. So there is a chroma key now, and I did get different lighting because I did need better lighting to get the chroma key to work better, and so I got a lamp. And I know people tend to get like those light boxes for that even lighting. And I think I got something that does the job kind of just as good, or at least well enough for me, and was pretty cheap, and actually is versatile because it's also a lamp. Oh, Hive Mind, you can buy emeralds all sorts of cheap on eBay. Yeah, you can get like emeralds and rubies and stuff that are kind of like that rough type, which I think are great. Like I'd probably want to eventually buy stuff like that. Cause yeah, I just like it for the stone. Like I don't care about the fanciness of it or them being cut. I want the natural rocks, and what I love is going to like I love seeing them in person because I like being able to pick out exactly the one I want. But for that kind of thing, maybe I have to buy them bulk. But let's do the show and tell. So this is the lamp I bought. So you can see what it will do. It's powdered glass, and then the bulb inside is also powdered, so it gives a soft diffuse light, kind of like a light panel would. And it's got a nice chrome base. This is an IKEA lamp, and it's like 40 bucks. And I don't know what it's called, but it's probably easy to find on IKEA. Maybe if IKEA, you know, sponsored or endorsed the stream, I might remember what it was called, but they're not, so we're not doing that. I just want to say that I really do like this lamp, and that's what is lighting me right now. Um, that's the main light source happening, and I think it does a pretty good job. And you can put in like different color, I guess, bulbs. I have the warm white bulbs, so that's that. And I'm gonna do this quick show and tell. And I don't know if Dr. Mikachu's here, but if she's not, we'll hopefully direct her to this. So I do have a lot of hobbies. I do cross stitching. I do polymer clay. I make earrings out of polymer clay. I make ceramic sculpture. I paint. I do everything. And so here's another one I haven't showed you guys before. And it's called kumihimo. Kumihimo is kind of a way of like weaving and braiding multiple strands of string together. But what you can also do is you can put beads in as well. So the beaded kumihimo is actually the stuff I'm most interested in. And I hope we're still recording. Okay, we're still good. So here is, just to give you an idea of what just the colors would look like without any beading. And you can see these middle two. I tried doing EGA color because, yeah, that's clearly my thing. So yeah, these are EGA colors. And so that's what I first did. These are like, that's a 16 different color EGA, this one in particular. So I have every color represented in that. But I wanted to go a little bit further with it. So these are beaded kumihimo. And I tried doing like a garnet effect with the one on the far left. The middle one, yes, I did get 16, more than 16 colors of seed bead because I wanted to create the EGA look with seed beads. So I bought a bunch of different colors online and then tried to make them work together. Because yeah, I don't know what my problem is. This palette goes beyond the game. I'm really stuck on it. Yes, Afarama, sponsored by Rocks. Yeah, trolling for sponsored Belkun, exactly. Eden Wade says a former coworker once went to IKEA during her lunch break and we haven't seen her since. Maybe she's decided to live there. It is really nice. And their food is really cheap, and I kind of like their food. Yeah, Cosmic 43, I made, I also, on a previous stream I showed beginning to end, I actually made a ceramic bust, like head and shoulders. Got it fired and then finished it. And I've done it once, I want to do it again, but again, I want to finish the game first before I go back to those hobbies. Yeah, these pixels are too small. Hey, I pick fastidious hobbies. Hi, my. Feroy, heyo. Oh yeah, so these are just a bunch of different ones I've done here, and let's see, we have a close up. Oh yeah, so color does make a difference. So these are much more subdued colors. So in the middle we have kumihimo bracelet. So I've used kind of gold tone and gold string. What's really interesting to me about this one, if I can zoom it, is, if you didn't see the string and you saw that from far off, you might think that it's just a gold necklace potentially. The middle one here, this is, yeah, more gold and also different crystal colors to give us sort of a diamond and gold look. Oh, salt glazed? Oh, I don't know exactly what is up with the seed beads. I do know they're glass, they're Japanese seed beads, and I used to buy them online from a store, and their online store is now closed, which makes me very sad. And this last one, this is not kumihimo. What this is I took a bunch of seed beads and I threaded them through like a nice cord, and then I plaited them, like I braided them together. I think there's 16 strands, 18 strands, and then I've braided them in 7 or 8. Slash Studio says Julia will become rich, inventing sunglasses that convert real life into EGA colors. Tagline: they're amazing. The EGA excellent. EGA excellent. Okay, and so the bottom here, the bottom stuff is a late addition. These are actually labradorite beads that I bought, and so all the other beads, the smaller seed beads, are Japanese glass seed beads, but the bottom stuff, which actually matches, color matches really well, are labradorite. And then I also beaded them on with this gold, that I use the same gold throughout this necklace, so it matches up. So that's kind of what I get up to sometimes. I haven't done it in a really long time though. I have a bunch of seed beads still that I want to get to. Because I do want to do another necklace like this plated necklace, but it takes a long time to string them. And I'm the kind of person where, yeah, you can buy like special contraptions to help you string beads faster, but I'm the kind of person who actually wants to do it because I want to choose every single time, because I want to make it a randomly even distribution of colors. So this necklace has like 6 or 7 colors of beads, but I wanted to make it harmonious and I didn't want to make it random. So yes, I've got things that I like doing, and it's relaxing. Okay, next. I think that's it. Oh yeah, so here's a close-up of the EGA beads that I bought. I tried to get EGA colors. And what's nice is you can kind of see the light going through them. And I did buy a mini bead loom because I do want to try to make like this Nancy emoji sprite thing. I want to try to do that with actual beads. So I do have a small bead loom, which I haven't even used yet. So that's another hobby that I want to acquire. What else? Yeah, and here it is. Here's another one. So this one is made with a gray cord. And this past one was with a black cord. I felt the black cord was not showing off the color as well, so then I tried this other color, and I think it does work a lot better. Ask Julia about loom. Don't ask me about loom. I love loom, but I don't know anything about it extra. Yeah, this stuff takes a long time, especially that plated necklace. It took me a long time to string all those beads together. And what kills me is that I actually strung it too long. Actually, I have the necklace here. I will show it to you after this part is done. Okay, that's good. So that's that. But yeah, I do have, I will show, so this, oh, the magic just went away for a second there. Sorry, guys. Okay. There should be a pin that says ask me about Crimson Diamond. Okay, so here is the necklace. And it doesn't want to focus. Try to put it close, it doesn't want to focus. I actually made this necklace too long, which the irony, it took me forever to string these beads. It took me forever, and I made the darn necklace too long. I strung it too long. I don't know where to put this. Don't look at me, look at the necklace. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, yeah. Let me catch up on, see if I have any notifications that I missed. Okay, good. Okay, so it kind of focuses better on my head. Well, this is not what it's for, but hey. Anyway, that's what this one looks like. And these things are pretty heavy. It's glass beads, so this is a fair amount of weight. Put that away. This one is, I'm just going to put them all on my head. This is the one that kind of has the gold and diamondy look, and I put around the clasp. That's a malachite bead that I polished that could have poisoned me. And then these are carnelian. And I put it on like a slip catch thing. So. Yes, 1920s Julia. Yep. Okay. Hey Goosehack PT, good to see you. Okay, next. Oh yeah, here's another. So that's the second one of those I did. Here's another one. I wanted to give it a garnet and gold look, because the Crimson Diamond is actually set in a fictional town called Crimson, Ontario, and it's called Crimson because it's a garnet mine. It was an old garnet mine. And so I've done this one, and I've done the other one, which was, went overboard. This one does fit around my neck, but it's a kind of a bit tight. Well, not tight, but it's closer than I would like. So, yeah, so there we go. That's that. So it looks kind of fine. And what else do we have? Oh, here are labradorite beads that I have. I didn't make, well, I strung these, but I didn't make the labradorite beads. But you can see labradorite has a beautiful blue labradorescence iridescence. I'm just gonna have to put these all on my head. Look. So yeah, labradorite beads are really gorgeous. So I made this little necklace. Not not anything special, but you know, it has graduated beads, so it has small to large, because I bought a bunch of different sizes. And what else? And after this, we'll go back to the ROM, and after that, then maybe I'll show you some of the old crafts potentially. And just to give you an idea of what the seed beads look like, this is what they would come in. Oh, of course, I picked out green ones. That was useful. Okay, wait. Okay. So this is the size of the, this is the size of the beads. They're really tiny. Watch out, Julia, poisonous necklace. Yeah. Yeah. The malachite is poisonous. The vapor, or the powder. So this is the size. I only buy one size of bead. Oh my gosh. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, that's the size of the bead. And so I buy the size 11 beads so they'll all work together, and I don't have to worry about buying multiple sizes. But it does take a while to string anything of any length. Okay, and one more thing I wanted to show, and then back to work, and then maybe more show and tell, if I can get that to work easily. Oh. Okay. So this is another this is I mentioned polymer clay. This is another polymer clay project. Oop. And it's all tangled. Come on. So I mentioned I really like malachite. Oh, of course, malachite. So I made polymer clay malachite. Oh, hey, that kind of worked. It looks really bad though. The banding is much more fine than you're going to see here. So this is polymer clay, it's not real malachite. And so I made this, because it's a dupe of a necklace that's very expensive that I really like. So that's all the jewelry show and tell right now. But yeah, the main point was the kumihimo, the plating. It's like a kind of Japanese plating, which actually uses a disc like this with it's a foam disc with a bunch of different slots. And you put these bobbins at the bottom. And yeah, like really tiny little beads like that. So I do have another project of that I want to try, but so many things going on. Can't really get to it yet. Okay. Yeah, you got to kind of fiddle with this a bit to make it do a thing. Okay. Wow, come on, green screen, dude, work with me. Okay. Okay. Yes, they come in tiny little baggies, they do. Okay, so back to work. Let's get back to work. Oh yeah, so we were doing the bottom windows. I was trying to decide. I think I need to add that back in. This is not showing enough shadow now that I looked at it. So why don't we do that? Okay, let's do that. Okay. I don't know if that's doing it for me. I might need to use, like I said, I might need to use the dark cyan for this. This is not working for me. or dither it. Dither it. We'll try the dark cyan first. And this is where I get really sloppy because I'm going to select this color and I'm just going to, non-contiguous, and then paint over it. And then this is where I get into trouble because it just becomes a giant mess. Nope, that has to be solid. Okay. This is where we get into the, is this better or is this better? Is this better or is this better? I don't know if this is going to relate visually with the other windows though, because this is a different color. Okay, that's not bad. I don't hate that. They are supposed to be darker. And we're going to refer back to the original. Yeah. So those windows are pretty shadowed. In fact, they go in deeper. I might make those deeper to reflect that. They're supposed to be more recessed, is I guess what I'm saying. So now that we have this color, I might change this altogether to be dark gray. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that definitely is working for me better. Yeah, I'm just I don't know what you guys are talking about. As long as you guys are having fun in there, that's all that matters. 200 layers for Alma. Yeah. I don't think there are 200 layers here anymore. I just even after I merge them, they kind of. In fact, let's just save this on a different. When I merge them, they keep counting still from from last I merged. So let's say I was going to merge all these together. Why don't we just do that? Oh. Merge layers. So let's say I merge all those layers together, and then I made a new layer. I think it's going to say layer 211 still. Yeah, it says 211. It just keeps counting. I don't know why it keeps counting, but I don't know if that's a CS2 thing or what. But don't fear, it's not really 200 layers. Yes. One for every pixel. Okay. Yeah, so see how this window now, yeah. This is when you start adding colors, you start having to make these different decisions, like treating this window differently based on the color that I added. So yeah, this is definitely the way I'm going to go with this. And what's great about this resolution is that you can make those decisions, you can remake them or you can unmake them, and it takes very little time to fix or to change. And even if I flatten this whole thing, it'd be easy to separate this stuff back out again. I wouldn't be happy, but it wouldn't be a utter disaster. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Even with this, I love all these windows the same. We'll not treat any of them differently. Well, what we're doing here, what's interesting, and this might change, is the large windows are light gray with light cyan dither. The top windows are nothing but light cyan, and the bottom windows are just the dark cyan. So we are treating them all differently. But I get your meaning. Okay. Oh yeah, I should set another timer for art stuff. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if people are interested, I'm more than happy to show the art stuff. And in fact, I might do that. But why don't we say, let's get to 9:45 before we consider another break. Oh no, Dan, don't even start with what's the ratio. This asset appears in game for approximately 4 seconds. We spent 8 streams on it. Hey, I've already said I'm going to design more of the game so that this building appears more in it, so we can get more value out of it. I've already said this, and I'm not even joking. We're gonna do that because I need to justify it to myself. In the intro, to be fair, it's in 2 shots of the intro, so probably 4 seconds once, and then let's call it another four. So let's say 8 seconds, because in the intro, it's an establishing shot before we cut to the interior, which is where Nancy is, and then when she's leaving the museum, we have the same shot. So it's actually in there twice. Lay says, worst comes to worst, just recolor the building, or maybe I can make a spaceship crash into it and use it, use it that way. Yes, deluxe deluxe, exactly. The setting for the Crimson Diamond 2 would be in the like the Leyendecker Museum, like Diagram of Amon Ra. It's gonna be set in the museum. That's the only way any of this makes sense. And it's just gonna be you're gonna just half of the game will be trying to get into the museum. You're trying to break into the museum. That'll be the first 4 chapters, and I get to make a nighttime version of it too. If it takes maybe you break into it at nighttime or something. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it's lagging just a little bit. Okay. So yeah, there we go. We're getting there. I might dither that back if I need to darken that up a little bit. But I like where we're going so far. Rah rah Amun Ra. Yeah, eating with it, you have a point. A true artist makes everything perfect, but oh great, the game will never be completed. Yeah, yeah. You have to choose your battles. I would say. Yeah, in fact, Bill could make another good point. If I do make Crimson Diamond 2, the museum scene will be reused, and for every subsequent game in what is now all of a sudden suddenly become a series, every subsequent game will need to use the same shot. I won't say that I won't do that, considering just the unreasonable amount of time spent. Leandra next. You remember the first time you visited an exhibit of the replica of Tutankhamun's mask? A friend that was also into adventure games told you, beware, leave before the museum is closed and they start killing people. So another London story I have is I did go to the British Museum and I saw the Rosetta Stone, and it really did blow me away, and not just because of the dagger of Amon Ra, um, but I can't say it didn't help to struck me with awe, to strike me with awe. It was the most amazing thing. Yeah. Ooh, Deluxe Tux. Growing up in Philly, you had access to some great museums. I think I've seen the Hope Diamond. I have been to Washington, and I've been to the Smithsonian. And of course, even when I was a kid, I loved to go to the mineral exhibits. And the Royal Ontario Museum has a pretty great mineral exhibit too. Yeah, this window's not. It's too wide. It's not working for me. So this is where we get into a mess with the with the with the layers, because you just end up backfilling stuff and not remembering what the heck you did. Okay. It's getting there. It's making it come alive, like we all said. Okay, next. This window. Okay. Oh, another potential hardware plan I have is buying the one tablet PC it seems, on the market that uses Wacom tech. And that is Wacom's own Wacom Mobile Studio Pro, which I scoffed at when I first saw it because it doesn't have a keyboard. It's just a thing, and you have to buy a keyboard for it. Um, but it might just be the only tablet PC that runs currently. I mean, the Surface Pro 2 runs Wacom. It's like a native Wacom. You can just buy a Wacom stylus and you can use it. But now Wacom knows it's the only game in town with supplying their own tech, and so I might just do it. I might get it. Because let me tell you, the Wacom, the medium Intuos worked like a charm. It was actually funny how well it worked. Yes, Leandronux, you're not the only person to visit New Orleans because of Gabriel Knight. The Adventure Game Geek actually did a whole video about going to, I think, some German locations for the second one, the second Gabriel Knight game. That type of thing. Yes, exactly. Eating with. Follow up with a trip to Germany, New Orleans first. Yeah, absolutely. Deluxe talks you. The early American furniture exhibit in DC, everyone was oohing and eyeing at the furniture. But on the walls were original Gilbert Stewart. I don't know who Gilbert Stewart is, actually. Yeah, Dan, Wacom is going Apple and everyone. I don't know what Wacom's doing. Um, I don't think they're trying to have a monopoly on anything. I just get the feeling that they just want to focus on what they're really good at, which is their tablets. And I guess they didn't want to deal with any other companies anymore, or I don't know. I can't begin to speculate, but I don't think they're trying to. Oh, I made that shift, didn't I? I don't like that. I can't begin to speculate. Ooh, I don't mind that. Why they stopped including their stuff. I know Microsoft stopped using them because Microsoft bought Entrig. But I don't really know why other stuff stopped supporting or stopped using it. Yeah, Wacom. There are other tablet manufacturers but I don't know. Everyone, I guess, all my friends who are artists, the Cintiq is what they swear by because it is quality. It's expensive, but this Huion. I don't know how to pronounce Huion also has tablets. Other places have tablets. There's definitely more reasonably priced stuff. Um, but in terms of like a PC, there's also a tablet. I think that is Wacom. I think that might be it. Okay. So Gilbert Stewart painted the famous portrait of George Washington. Okay, gotcha. Oh, cool. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about myself. Bill Kuhn says, your Surface Pro 2 can use OBS chroma key no problem. You just need to uniform color background and adjust the chroma key sliders. That's good to know. Okay, I might give that a shot because I could have sworn I saw some message that said it didn't want to or something. But it's good to know that it's possible. Okay, so Gilbert Stuart, famous portraitist, painted most of the pictures you've seen of Americans from the 1700s to early 1800s. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. I do want a sliver of the cyan in these upper windows. What time did we say break time was? 9:45? Yeah, 9:45. And I'll try to get together some of the other slides. They're already there, but what is another thing I found weird about the Surface Book 3 is I try to when I sometimes try to just make a video a photo preview, like when you have a folder of photos, you double click it or right click it or whatever to open up with just a photo viewing window. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't, which I don't understand. So hopefully I can get that work, and then I can show you guys some of my many other hobbies. Let's see. How does that do? Yeah, that's better. I keep on hitting the mic, I'm sorry. It's just a slightly different setup today. Yeah, Eden With, I'm assuming Gilbert Stuart, the portraitist, also painted famous furniture because, often, well, I don't know about often, but people are usually sitting on things, behind things in portraits. Although there's something to be said about those full body portraits, like the old Danish 10-foot tall life size portraits of merchants and stuff. Those are kind of neat. But they're usually sitting down. Yeah, so you can see a lot of furniture in paintings if you look. I don't know if that's what you mean, though. Okay, and then I also have to do the side window. So let's look again at the photo reference and see about what the side windows look like. Okay, so here they are. Okay, so they're pretty bright. So I think the same treatment for the front ones. That lighter, the gray and the cyan, the light gray and cyan dither, and then on the side that is shaded, probably the dark cyan. That's what we're gonna do. Give that dimensionality. Okay. Oops. All right. Actually, so the hard part actually for this piece is done. All of the, the architecture and perspective is done. Now we're just getting to do what I consider the fun part, which is, windows and just trying to correct for the light and details. It was a long journey. And I thank everyone who was there from the beginning to witness the progress here. And Bill Kuhn, you would hate to post for portrait painting though? Hours, days not moving. Thank goodness for photography. Yeah, nowadays often people will paint from photos, although there really is no duplicate, no substitute for painting from life. I mean, the sitter would probably go in even now for a few sessions, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it could be done with photos too. But seeing a 3D object and interpreting that with your eye versus seeing a 2D photo and interpreting is really a different thing. And that's why when people are learning to draw, it is really recommended that you try to draw from life and not from photos. Although, of course, drawing from photos is way more accessible and definitely still good practice. It does flatten everything. It doesn't. Your brain is not doing as much of the work as it could be. So, just arrange a still life of any kind of objects you have around the house, and just try to draw those and break that down. I don't want to. I'm going to do this again. I try to do this as lazily as possible. Oh, no, that's not the color one. Just. Oh, whoops. I think me having most of my training in art, going to art college, really does help when it comes to make my own art stuff for the game. So this one is kind of weird because I don't want it to be the dark cyan, but it's dark. It should be darker than these windows. We'll see if that is a problem. If it is, I actually will stick a dither on there. If it might be so small that it doesn't really make that much of a difference, which it looks like it is pretty small. And I do want to make. I actually might. I might knock those back even more because it. This is the thing with the limited colors is you only have those ones, and you have to think of a way to. It might be okay still. I'll leave it as is for now. Although those windows potentially should be darker. Let's look at the value-wise. It's kind of similar. I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now. Pushing Buttons Doc. Welcome, Pushing Buttons Doc. Thank you for. I love seeing new people come in. I'm just gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, good. Yeah, I love seeing new people come to stream, and we're just working on this piece that I've been working on for a while. But the work is moving a lot faster because all the hard stuff has already been done. But thank you for coming. And yeah, like I said, Quitey came in. I don't know if Quitey's still here, but it's good to see people that I actually have met in real life that I showed the game to. That was really cool. Okay, where am I? Yeah, these ones. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't do contiguous. Okay. Right. I guess this would be a good time to drop Dan's links in chat again. So next week it will be I'll start with a pre-stream stream, which will start on my channel, where I'll give more updates about what happened with the hardware stuff, maybe show a bit of a craft or something. And then after about half an hour, we'll take it to Dan's channel at Dan Policar, and I just dropped his links down there, because Dan is the musician working on the Crimson Diamond, and he's using a Roland MT32, and we just play around on the stream. We try to get some work done, hopefully, not always, and basically hang out. Dan can answer music questions, potentially answer music industry questions, sometimes has interesting tour stories of when he was touring, all the fun stuff. And I'm on there too, just to try to get Dan to do work. But I know what I'm in for. It's not a lot. If a lot doesn't get done, it's just the friends we made along the way, etc. Yeah. Is that gonna be okay? I don't like that as much, because this, I don't like that this shadow is not defining these windows anymore. So this is why the layers become a mess, because I just look at something and I immediately fix it and not go back to that layer. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yes, I showed there's the ragtime ditty at chapter opening that Dan composed on stream a couple streams ago. There's also a closing chapter ditty that Dan also worked on that same stream, but he hasn't sent me the file yet, so I could not show you guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking how the dark cyan and the light gray kind of, it should be less distinct back here because it's more distant from this front stuff. So I'm liking how those shapes are breaking down. Yeah, atmospheric perspective in EGA is actually really interesting to get into. Like trying to create this illusion of depth by potentially reducing the contrast from close to far away, size of stuff, and level of detail. And I do that in one of the first art streams. The first couple art streams were not working on this. The first couple art streams were me showing some classic adventure game room screens and kind of breaking down some of the techniques they used for certain effects. The first 2 or 3 are like that, I think, potentially, or maybe 3 or 4. maybe live stream number 3, live stream number 4, something. I do cover it at some point, and show how that works or how that sometimes worked. But nowadays it's just been work doing this stuff. Yeah, Cosmic Void 3. Yeah, you like how the the buildings come into life. Yeah, this is what I love seeing happen with EGA. Yeah, the streams. It was fun to do those streams, but you can't really do that forever. And I thought, you know what, maybe I will get some work done. And another thing to remember is to just take a step back. Well, when you're painting in real life, you have to just put the painting on a wall, step back. But with this, I can just zoom out and just to see what I'm looking at, really, to see what's breaking down, what doesn't work anymore, and check your work at every. And if you're really brave, you can flip it, like just mirror it from left to right, which I do sometimes. I actually do more frequently than not. And I often will forget which way was the correct way, which is not that great of a thing that had to happen, but I guess it means I'm doing an okay job. I do get a little self-conscious with these streams though, because this is why I do the show and tell stuff, is I want to keep it interesting for people watching. How interesting could this possibly be watching me do this? So that's why the show and tell happens, because you must make it somewhat watchable. Oh yeah, the same problem here happens here. I don't. Oh no, it's lined up. It just lines up. It's a disaster. This is gonna be a problem. Oh, it only went. This is as big as it will go. Oh, all right. 1600% is as big as this will go. So my problem is now this window, because the line of that should happen there. Maybe I have to shift these all over, figure something out. It's a 1 pixel shift. How is this gonna... Maybe I just shift this all over altogether. Yeah, Dan, do you have any fun tour stories that you can entertain us with? Yeah, I might have to do that. Yeah, Dan has all the good stories. I don't have any good stories. That's why I try to make stories of things, because I don't have good stories of my own. Deluxe Talks, I'm telling you guys, half pixels. Let's invent them. There was that really cool post of artists designing for CRT monitors, where they actually had something kind of considered half pixels, which was the pixels that would happen right along a scan line would kind of read as a half pixel. So the artist would design their sprites so that the shading would work with that half pixel idea, which was really super cool. It was, the picture I remember was some kind of minotaur or something. So it is a thing potentially, half pixels already, but not technically. Oh, Dr. Mikachu, did you see the show and tell? I showed some Kumihimo. If you didn't, I will show it really quickly. Oh, 9:45. Okay, The Maze and the Minotaur, was that the game, Dan? That showed the difference between the way the sprite looks on a CRT versus on just a modern display, which is, I guess, why people like to keep a CRT monitor. Okay, so that's where we are now. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to keep this up while I go into OBS again. Oh, I can't go. You know what? I'm going to go back I'm just going to go to this screen really quickly, because I want to set up my little picture. What I wanted to do. This one. Okay. Because I want to get to figuring out if I can show you guys some more show and tell stuff. Really quick. Okay, let's see. Oh no, I already got rid of all that stuff. But might be elsewhere. Just a real quick, not describing them at all. Just here's the mining one actually. That might be a fun one to show. And then I will hopefully be able to share this with you guys. Okay, so OBS. Let's try to add a screen share. Just window capture. Rocks. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so let's just do one of these. So here's the authentic mining rough that I showed the other time. I'm just going to go through this really super quick. Okay, great. What do we have? Yeah, so this came in a bag. It says it comes with 4 pounds, so it's an emerald and ruby bag, guaranteed, and some arrowhead, crystal point, pyrite, emeralds, and rubies. Oh, good night, Slat Studio. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Pixel C, Civ. Oh yeah, Bill Kuhn, you were organizing a bunch of computer stuff. That's awesome. I bet it was a treasure trove. So just going to go through this stuff quickly. So yeah, there's the quartz crystal point there. Here's me sorting everything. This was, like I said, a delightful afternoon. This is the smaller stuff. I kept everything. Just a variety of stuff in there. So yeah, this was a lot of fun for me. That's the crystal point. Oh, this is me using a loop to look at this stuff. That's probably sodalite or something, the blue. Mica, maybe. And here's my loop. And here's what you can see with the loop. So yeah, that's another one of the hobbies that I have. But what else can I show quickly? Sculpture. Here's sculpture. Hive Mind says I should join a mine in the Yukon. Is that a thing I could do? Why not? Let me just go through some of these. I'm going to just really rip through these, though, because I did show them before, and I know some people have already seen them. But it is fun. Properties. Oh. This one. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Okay. So I attended a sculpture workshop of a lady, and this is all her work. And I went there for a few days. It was like a group workshop. And she did everything with us. She showed us how to build the stand for the bust to rest on. DJ Mega Hammer. Yeah, Chroma Key's working okay, DJ Mega Hammer. The only issue has been it crashed once for I don't know what reason. I can't blame the Chroma Key. In fact, yeah, I'm going to there's a lot of pictures here. I'm just going to go through these really quickly. But yeah. This is Philippe Farreau. That's Gosha. This is her guy. And let me see if I can link to Gosha's work. Oh, gee. Yes. So Gosha is the one who ran the workshops. And this is us working with all the stuff. From the beginning. Building out. I ended up taking it home and then working on it more at home. But you can see, I mean, when you see the final, you'll see that a lot of it has stayed pretty much similar. This is Gosha's work. It's gorgeous and beautiful, and I wanted to buy it. Hello, Ambersine. Good to see you. This is another one of Gosha's. You can actually buy spray paint that will develop patina over time, which is what this is, which is kind of awesome. More working from home. This stuff. I made some tools out of polymer clay. This is the stage at which I wish I had stopped, but I just kept going because I couldn't stop myself. I wanted to keep fixing it. But yeah, there's just a ton of different views. Slight adjustments, I keep fiddling and keep fiddling, deciding how I want to do the eyes. Got to keep the thing moist. It's getting closer to what I have now. And then you have to, after it's dry, you have to hollow it out to fire it, because this is a huge chunk of clay, and it's just not going to survive in a kiln. So you have to chop it in half, hollow it out. This was a horrifying step. Yes, thank you, Bill Quinn. Thank you for sharing the archaeology stuff. I won't be able to read it out, but I'm sure the chat is gonna enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, you got a 286. Holy cow, that is archaeology. And yeah, I did hollow out too much, but you can patch this stuff back in. It's not a big deal. And here it is. No, is this dried or fired? I think this is dried. Yeah, and then I went back to, oh, yeah, this is fired. The clay I used was called Low Fire White. I went back to Gosha. We had some private sessions where she helped me finish the piece from here. And I'm really glad I went back. We ended up filling it up with Foamit just to give it some stability, because it's pretty fragile. It's about an inch thick. Leveling it out, finishing the bottom. But you can see right now her shoulder is not flush with the bottom, so we filled that in, which was also really good, because now it's got a beautiful flush finish. And here it is finished. Yes, yeah. Then I filled it with scrambled eggs. It does look delicious. But here is the it's kind of a pebbly texture that I achieved with the spray paint that Gosha recommended, this particular kind of spray paint. You kind of spray it from far away, and you get this beautiful texture on the whole thing. And you can see how nice and flush her shoulder is with the surface, which is, I love that aspect of it. And so yeah, that was another one of my many hobbies. Okay, moving on. Rocks. Okay, great. So that was a decent break. Let's see, 9, 10, it's nearly 10. Back to work. Oh, Anna, enjoy your Swedish meatballs, and TNG is the best. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, before Anna goes, I do have a show and tell that thanks to Anna. And it is, so Anna, she has her own business called Translucent Finishing, and she made these gorgeous cross-section coasters, which you see how nice and shiny smooth this is, and it's coated with a resin and everything, so that these are gonna stand up to having hot drinks put on them and stuff. Yes, Anna, if you have a link, please link. But yes, I bought a set of 3, or I think a set of 3 of these, and I love the raw edge on them. I love the cross section. It's just so beautiful. And this is just from like waste wood, stuff that would have gone in the garbage anyway. And so I think it's ingenious that she's done this. Yeah, it's really beautiful stuff. So that's what my mug is on right now. This coaster. But yes, good to see you, Anna, as always. Okay, next. Oh yeah, well, I was thinking about knocking back the side dark cyan windows. I think I'm going to need to do that. Okay, it was a fallen tree from a windstorm. Yes, beautiful. And it's funny because yeah, Anna her and her husband will tell stories of seeing like wood on the side of the road and just putting it in and picking it up, because yeah, like it's just garbage to other people, but you can really make some beautiful stuff with stuff people consider waste. Oh, deluxe texture pear tree fell in a storm. Yeah, that sucks. Perry wood, I think, is beautiful wood. I think from what Anna was showing us the other time. But yeah, I feel like these windows are not. I'll leave it for now. I'm gonna just continue on. Just get through the whole window treatment for everything. This is definitely not working for me. Yeah, it's back there. Yeah, it gets hard when it gets to be like super tiny. I don't even know what I can do here. Because I definitely don't want that. But I don't. I think this might just be end up getting dithered. Yes, apple wood too. Gorgeous cross section. Fruit wood trees. I think they tend to be really nice. Now here's where this kind of, because I do want to add a dark gray dither, but now I've painted on top, and if I move this layer order, it's gonna mess everything up. Oh, it didn't. Okay, well then I'm just gonna continue. Okay, use dark gray dither here. Yeah. So next break will be, let's say, I don't know. I don't have anything else to show you guys today. I don't think. I think we're tapped out. Um, I don't know. Let's say, okay. Let's see if we can make it to 10:30, just chilling and working. And if we get there, I have at least one book. I've got two really cool books, but maybe I'll show one of the books. Let's say now that I know I have something, let's say 10:20, and then I'll show one of my books that I've picked up that I really like. Oh no, window. Oh no. Thank you, DJ Mega Hammer. See, this is why I have you guys, because I forget. No windows. No. Okay. Here's Big Julia. Thank you. Okay. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Afarama. Thank you for that. For letting me know. Photoshop. Okay. Thank you, Afarama. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, I'm going to. I think these windows are lost to low resolution now. We're going to have to just fill this in, and maybe figure out a way to indicate windows without really indicating them, because that's not working. Which means does the back one have to be completely done away with too? You know what this is gonna have to be some selective dithering. I'm just gonna break up the grid a little bit so that it's not just the checkerboard. Maybe give an indication that there are windows. Yeah, that's better. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay. I'm kind of hungry. Okay, well, I'll think about that. Okay. Yeah, so the dithering, I'm going to break it up with a little bit of that, and then this one I also will do the same thing. Yeah, if if the volume's terrible, oh, you know what, is the music even on? Did the music crash again? I haven't had music this entire time. Come on. What? Oh, see, VLC media keeps crashing. Maybe it's the sound font I have. You know what? No more music. We're not doing music. It crashed twice already, and I have no idea why. It might be. I picked up a different sound font from the sound font I used last time, because the last sound font did sound kind of funny. I like the sound of this one, but I don't know why it keeps crashing, so we're just going to leave it. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Duck with Shades. Yeah, definitely no music. That's fine. I always play the same stuff over and over again anyway, so it's not a big loss. Oh, nice, Bill Kuhn. You're gonna play the Dagger of Amon Ra soundtrack just for you. I love that soundtrack. It is better than the Colonel's Bequest soundtrack, and I keep telling Dan that he needs to listen to the Dagger of Amon soundtrack for inspiration for the Crimson Diamond, and I don't think he's done it yet. Have you, Dan? Yes, Deluxe Text. If only we knew someone who could whip up some songs for the stream. Yeah, Dan needs to listen to the Amon Ra soundtrack because it's fabulous, and you know how it is. I asked Dan to do something, and then I don't know where it goes. And it almost feels like he is intentionally not listening to it because how could he not have heard it by now at some point? Although I guess he hasn't played that one. I think he's avoiding it on purpose. Oh, interesting. Quest for Glory 4 soundtrack versus Quest for Glory 3 soundtrack. Oh, you did listen to it, Dan. You just didn't bother to tell me. Well, what did you think, Dan, of the soundtrack? Yeah, Dan likes his favorite is Quest for Glory 5. No, King's Quest 5 Weeping Willow music. He's big on that. He'll play it at every opportunity. Oh, you liked some and disliked some. Interesting. Did you like I Want to Marry an Archaeologist? That song? I think the back stuff's not really getting me right now. I think let's duplicate this. The TMNT theme. I don't know if you're here for that operama, but the way that the phrasing in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles works, it sometimes is like a rhythm word game I like to play in my head just for my own amusement. It's just trying to come up with sentences that fit into the rhythm of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles song. And I'll try to think of one real quick, but if anyone could volunteer a sentence that would work with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles song, then yeah, just drop it in chat and I'll try to read it out loud. Because I can't, for some reason, I'm blanking. Yeah, I think. Yep. I don't know, can't believe it's almost snack time. My stomach's. No, I can't do it. Hmm. When I was on the live chat with the Microsoft tech support, I was telling him, I read him basically the list of stuff I had tried to get the stylus to not be jittery. And he said, "Oh, you sound like you're really tech savvy." And I said, "No, I'm just really good with Google." And then he said something like, "I guess that's all we need nowadays, huh?" And I said, "I hope not, because I wouldn't be here. I hope that's not what you're doing, because then we're both going to be stuck." Oh, there's a Twitter that does that, Bill Holton, with just sentences that work perfectly in the Ninja Turtles cadence for the theme song. Man, I need to follow that. Using Wikipedia article titles? Are you serious? Okay, let's go there. Eating chili, gas impending. Based on a true story. Okay, let's go there. But Holton, thank you. That's the best thing I heard today. That's awesome. Okay. Just gonna check on my phone to get there. Because I can't do it on the iPad. Okay. Okay, no, I can't do it here. But I think I'll just be able to Google that. Okay. Oh my god, I'm really excited. Okay. Okay. Wiki. Oh, it's a Twitter thing. Okay, Wiki TMNT. Okay, let's do that. Just the stream comes to a grinding halt. This needs to be something I find. Wiki underscore TMNT. Bloholzen. Following that. Okay. Henry Cotton, civil servant. 20 Polish Christmas carols. I love it. Hartford City, West Virginia. Okay. I'm so happy. Lodestar Shirley Collins album. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm sure that's really annoying, but I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Also, my voice is going. But thank you. Okay, yeah, I was working on this because, yeah, I feel like I want it to kind of go dark to light now that I look at this. Um, but that means I'm going to have to meddle with some stuff. That is wonderful. Thank you for that. There's like two accounts that I really follow that aren't related to pixel art or game dev at all, and one of them is now Wiki TMNT, and the other one is Japanese mascots, Mondo mascots. Every day, every day the best mascots. Oops, why is this not working? I love all their mascots. Japanese mascots are very strange sometimes. And they kind of just thinking that I don't know how they got to that idea, but it's kind of amazing. Anyway, ooh, no, I don't want to do that. But let's see what that looks like actually. Is that a thing I want to do? Swap the, well, you know what that might actually work? Is I use the dark gray, swap it out for the light gray, and then swap out the light cyan for dark cyan to give depth as we go back. This is where the fiddling goes. This is what happens. Let's try it and see. Oop. Okay, so that's that. So that is too high contrast for me, but let's make that the dark cyan underneath. Is everyone on the Wiki TMNT Twitter now? I don't blame you if you are, because that's going to be an evening. A very loud system sound? Ooh, okay. Hopefully that's not gonna happen very much, because I'm afraid to adjust sound. I know where it is, and it will make a system sound when I start adjusting the system sound. So is it enough happening that it's really awful? That might be too dark. You're enjoying a drink and some rice crackers, Deluxe Talks? I'm hungry, but I don't want to take a break and get something to eat, but I probably should. I did make a little break window, because I don't want, when I get up, the green screen shows itself, and I don't like the disillusion of the illusion. Yeah, I don't know if this is too dark. If I do this, I have to go all the way with it, which I think it's too dark. So let's kick that back. But yeah, I think at 10:15 I'm gonna get a snack because I think my stomach's gonna start rumbling soon, and that's not probably a sound anyone wants to hear. So figure that out. Is that not the right? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, why isn't this working? Okay, there it does. It just wasn't selecting the right thing. Okay, Blaholton. So yeah, I'm gonna write a note. Oh, I will write a note to adjust systems down for next time. Okay. Lower system sound. Okay. Do that. Cause yeah, I don't. It's gonna hopefully not. I don't want to mess up everything right now. When everything's kind of sort of working, although. Okay, that is what I want. And I see Dan was asking about Python devs in chat. I'm interested after I finish the game, which is the huge if and when, to do some more learning of programming, like C sharp or something, and it'd be good to know what people recommend in terms of resources. Why is that not there? Very strange. Okay. So. Let's see. Oop. Oh yeah, another thing I can do with this. Sorry, I probably said that loudly because I'm excited. Um, I could probably make a postcard of this because right now we have 2 postcards for the game. And actually, let's just segue to Big Julia. It's 10:13. I'm gonna grab a snack soon, but let's go to Big Julia. Okay, I have 2. Postcards, and when I design another postcard, I will probably make it this building because we need to get as much as possible out of it. Wow, the chroma key surprisingly works decently with those. So those are the 2 that I have right now, and I could do the museum as a postcard. So must get value out of it. Must get value. Now, I can't read it as I'm talking. It just totally messes me up. Okay. Okay. So I am going to quickly grab something to eat, like 5 minutes, and come back. Oh yeah, there are books. So when I come back, I'm going to show one book that I really like, that is applicable to what the game is. And so that's something to look forward to, if not more working with the pixel stuff. But I'll be back 5 minutes. Actually, let me set myself a timer. Even better. Okay. Timer. Oh, timer and... Haha. That was 5 minutes to the second. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's the break, the new break screen. Okay, so book. If this doesn't knock everything over that I have. Um, 50 minerals that changed the course of history. This this is a book that I really like. It's awesome. So let's see. So you know, so it talks about. I mean, minerals loosely because asphalt. I don't think it really is a mineral, but what it does is it goes through some of the most, the most influential historically. Anyway, the most historically influential, not just like precious metals or no precious minerals, but stuff like obsidian, mercury, graphite, kaolin, which is clay, slate. Just a breakdown of a bunch of really important key substances and their place in history. So that is the book. Let's see. Yep. Bronze, of course, iron, all that. And yeah, we were talking about ochre just earlier when we were talking about paint pigment. And so there is a section on ochre. I haven't even read through this whole thing yet. The chroma keys just makes makes it look really bad. But yeah, so this is something I really like because there's not, to me, I don't know if there's a lot of history books that that are basing themselves around the perspective of the minerals, and it's really cool to see it all in one book like this instead of just piecemeal. Oh, good, DJ Mega Hammer, you like that? Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I really like this book. Okay. Because it's one thing to find, on Wikipedia here and there the meanings of stuff, but that's what's so great about having a book is everything is just someone's picked everything and put it all together in a nice package. So, love that. Okay. Ochre spelled, yes, spelled R-E, I believe. I think that's an English book. So I think it's O-C-H-R-E for ochre. Yes, ochre. See, the web captioner knows. Ochre. Yes. Okay, so let's switch back to the Photoshop. Let's see, 1023. Okay, so let's say I have another book that I was kind of looking at before I remembered I had 50 minerals that changed the world. So I might show that at, let's see, 1045 if we get there. We only crashed once, so hey, maybe we'll get there. Yeah, great. So what I was wondering about this was it does get darker in the distance. So I think I'll actually, this is during the daytime though, so it's not gonna, I don't know. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. And I shouldn't do too much atmospheric perspective because the building's big, but it's not that big. I think that might be it. Yeah, Sakanakawa, the museum has texture now. Ochres are like onions, many layers, Tonda. Is that an art joke? I can do a shout out. Let's shout out Tonda. Tonda is a retro streamer and artist, fellow artist. And I try to get in there and I try to watch whatever he's playing. It's a good time. Maybe like a parfait ochre? Okay, so. Oh yeah, we're maybe gonna do some clouds or something. I'll leave the windows for now. I'm not 100% sold on if we wanted to get really fancy. we could... Do we want to get fancy? Hold on. If we wanted to get really fancy, we would start... You can see how in the example... In this example, you have... here you can see in where the glass is recessed into the arch, it is darker. I don't know if we can achieve that here. We can try. We can try for 5 minutes, and then if we don't like it, we can pretend it never happened. Why don't we do that? This is why working, if you have photo reference, sure, it can be really great for little visual cues like that. It's a Shrek joke. Oh, thanks, Lace. Windows are looking great. Ochre jelly, Sakana cow. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Hey, look, like I said before, as long as you guys are having fun in chat, it's fine. So let's try, what I would do potentially is, yeah, just color, shift these in the tone. So instead of having them be bright, make them be darker and see what that does. And this one. Yeah, so this is what happens. You just do it a bit at a time. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. And we'll see actually if it makes much of a difference if we shift also the gray that's in there, because right now it's still the light gray. And I like it because it's low contrast, so it kind of sits back really nicely, but let's see what that looks like when we make that the dark gray. Oops. Oh, that does have to happen. Mars is your favorite kind of try. Let's just try this for a little bit. If this doesn't work, we're going to pretend it never happened. Isn't ochre jelly a D&D monster? Okay, so. Ooh, I kind of like that too. Let's see. So this is with the dark gray, this is without. Yes, now that I've spent a month on the building covered up with trees, yeah. Essentially, yeah. Because there's not a heck of a lot happening on that rear wall. Hello, Reepy Cheepy. How must you feel about vermilion? I like vermilion. You prefer the lighter version, Edenwaith? Let's see. I'm big on pigment colors. I love all this stuff. I've got my watercolor paint box nearby too, which has, the usual suspects that you find in a watercolor box. I have that around here somewhere too. But don't know if I'll show that to you guys this time or next time, or maybe I will show it this time because I've shown a book already, so why don't we show something else for variety? Let's say 10:45, maybe show my watercolor paint box that I've used to paint a bunch of cat cards, which I've showed on previous streams, which are not easy to get to. Lighter's better? You like it? Okay. The Vermilion Ruby. Yeah, that's the sequel. Every subsequent game is just a color, an intriguing color plus a gemstone. I could do it. Yeah, I think that maybe the lighter's better too. Yeah, the dark is too recessed. It's too dramatic. Okay, cool. Well, we tried. We tried. So I think we'll keep this version. Pretty fond of that, actually. Aurora, you like the cat cards? They were so cute. Can I show even one? Is that possible? Because I don't think I could show them today, but I will show the paint box that they were made with. Oh, yes. Reepy Cheepy, you're very close. It's cobalt, C-O-B-A-L-T. Yeah, cobalt blue. Yeah, cobalt blue. For the purposes of EGA, I consider the sky cobalt blue, not cobalt. Although with my Japanese, my Canadian accent, I soften a lot of consonants anyway, so I pretty much do say cobalt blue, probably. Maybe with just 2 extra darker pixels. 2 darker pixels? Where would you want the 2 extra pixels, Maximus? If we're the sequel to the Crimson Diamond will be the Poisonous Malachite. 2 extra dark pixels, eh? That makes it can make all the difference. In fact, I'm gonna put the extra, I'm gonna darken up, yeah, under this archway to give that recessed look. Do it on the other arch and then the little windows. Come on, work with me. Okay. Oh, something is chugging. What's going on? Oh, okay, whatever. In the very corner of the window. The corner or the right hand corner? And that's the beauty of EGA and at this resolution. Every pixel counts. Left. Oh, down here? Down here, like this? Yeah, they could totally do it. Could totally do it. Thank you, somebody, for doing something, and I will find that out. Reepy Cheepy, thank you for the follow. Okay, good. Yeah, OBS, I don't know. There's usually a dock thing that you can pick which palettes you want docked, and I've done it so many times that I can't find the right docks anymore, and I don't know if it's my problem or what happened. Okay, so we're gonna just quickly paint this in, and actually what I like about this treatment of it is I'm gonna do it also into these windows here. I don't know how much I'll need to do, but I do know I want them to be that way. Ooh, okay. These aren't even windows. They're windows in mine. This is just a facade, but I like them being windows, so we're gonna make them windows. Okay. Okay, good. And the bottom windows. What can I do with the bottom windows? I feel like they're too blue. I want to break them up somehow. Maybe. Can I do a dark gray dither on the bottom windows? Let's see. Let's try it and see. I don't hate that. Window bars. Look, Mouse Miss. Okay, first of all, they're just like you know the crossbar on the window there for the sill. Yeah, all these precious stones. Yeah, Royal. When the Royal Ontario Museum opened in I believe it opened in 1914. They had two of their main exhibit sections were mineralogy and geology. So the idea being Nancy Maple is going to want to hopefully add to her museum's mineralogy exhibit. Right now, the Royal Ontario Museum has a great mineralogy exhibit, and I recommend it heartily to anyone who, well, not now, but eventually when things are better, recommend it for you guys to check out. Yeah, I don't hate the gray dither on the blue windows, but let's finish off giving that bit of shade. Yeah. Oh, that really helps. That really helps. Okay. Let's put that in all these little windows everywhere. Deluxe Talk says, could dark gray dither just the upper left-hand corner of the bottom windows? Yeah, so I was thinking that. I was wondering if it would be confusing, but we can definitely try it. Just like that bit, right? Yeah. We'll see, sure. Let's see. It might... Oop. It's not... It's not bad. I think it needs... It's not quite enough for me, though. What else can we do with those windows? It's not bad. I feel like just the other windows have so much dithering on them that blue is really sticking out. Yeah. It's too much blue. But good to try it though. Always good to try. Okay, next. Yeah, I was gonna just go through and just do that with all these windows. And 1045 is going to be a watercolor palette show for some reason. We were talking about paint pigments before and minerals, and they're all connected. Everything's connected. Yes, Masmus, it's a dithering bonanza. It is. I live for this stuff. I live for just getting that effect. I'm going to go longer on these ones because I feel like... Oh, I love it so much. I might actually do like glass lines, like ray lines on them, but we'll do that after. We'll see if that works. But yeah, it's giving this really good depth on the window. Just something subtle, but... And, well, actually, for the windows, I might... We'll see. I've got some ideas for the windows, but let's just get this done first. Yeah. Ferrari asks if there's poutine in this game, and if there... It seems like there should be. I don't even know if poutine's been invented yet. But it would be... It's like it's a French-Canadian thing, maybe more. And I don't know if Jack would do poutine. I don't think they'd have very much access to dairy products. But poutine is rather good. Oop, no, that's the wrong place to put that. The game of pixel life, yeah. You know what I might do, actually? Now that I think of it. There's so many ideas I have for the windows, you guys. Hold on. Okay, so let me just get this part done. In fact, I'm gonna put this in more. There's a few ideas for as I'm doing them, there's a few ideas I have for these windows. To just make them come to life. 1950s Ferrari for poutine, okay. Yeah, I really had no idea. I mean, it's a pretty classic idea. Okay, so, sorry about hitting the mic. Okay, what I'm thinking is what if I do like in the windows to make it look like the panes have depth. What if I did the dither effect there? So let's copy that layer so we don't mess that one up. So what if I did this? Is this a really bad idea? Because I do think the windows could use a bit of... Is this going to be just too much dithering? Is it going to just completely dissolve into nothing? So that can be a thing that happens with this. We won't know until I get rid of the marching ants. Yes, for 30 BP before poutine. That I'm liking. I'm liking the effect of the depth on the window. And I don't think that it would have existed in the original. It doesn't exist in the original, but I think it gives these windows some depth, and I do like it too. Okay, great. So let's do that. Let's go with those. And the Lux Tux, you like it too? Yeah. Yeah, there is a hotkey. It's Control H. I like the idea that I can't tell until I deselect. I don't know why. I also like seeing them because I know what I'm doing. It's just a comfort thing. But yeah, I do like the effect on the windows that has. Yeah, this is the fun part. I mean, apologies to everyone who's been to all the other streams where it was just shuffling perspective lines 1 pixel forward and backward for 4 hours. Thanks for sticking around for that. But this is the fun part that I like, where everything's kind of drawn, and what you're doing is you get to make these interesting decisions about what what to dither, what not to dither, the light and the shadow. Well, I suppose now we're upping the ante even more. Not only are we going to put this exterior shot in every game, we're going to make a postcard of it, and it's going to be on the cover of the box that doesn't exist. I like it. Like I said, every opportunity. We should put this on a T-shirt. It's got to be everywhere. It has to make its money back. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And now that I've done this treatment of the window, I'm gonna. There's another idea for treatment, but won't work with this. But I'll turn on the old layer, and then we'll see what that looks like. Because I do have another idea, but they're not going to work together because just of this. The dithering, it can only do so much before it just looks like, you know, I don't know what, like fruit salad. I'm trying to think of something that's a colorful jumble. For you want a point and click of one special brick in this building. A pixel hunt. Yeah, the thing about the Crimson Diamond is it's not. I guess it's technically a point and click because you can move Nancy around with the mouse. But yeah, very little of that. And also, I guess I keep on hitting the mic. And very little of the game is actually mouse controlled. Although, I guess the inventory is too. Get your stinking mouse out of my text parser game. I don't mind some limited version of the use of the mouse. Although I do kind of, I wish I could do a 100% keyboard version. Oops. But I don't know if I could do that with the graphical inventory that I have right now. I'm sure I could figure something out, but I don't know if it's worth my time. I think it's safe for me to assume that most people have a mouse that would play the game. But it would just be something I'd want to do just for myself, because, I don't know. Just to say that I did. Oh, cool. I will take a look at that. Let me open up that link in Pack Lane. Okay, I will write that down. Oh, I see. Mouse miss. Okay, so playing adventure games on long flights. Yeah, the text is difficult. Although I do have something to say about that, but I'm just gonna write this down. Oh, this pen is dying. Packlane.com/products/mailer-box. Yes, Bill, can you make a good point about the right click to look? In a lot of the Sierra games, they had that. And I'm not really considering that for the Crimson Diamond, but you know, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. But yes, Bill Kuhn. So the cool thing about, oh no, sorry. Maximus, the cool thing about I keep on talking about Adventure On. I'm just gonna write the name of it in here, Adventure On. And if you go to itch.io and you look up Adventure On, okay. If you look up Adventure On, there are text parser games. Some of them with a little bit of graphics, some of them with no graphics. Text parser games you can play on your phone, which is awesome. And a lot of them are free, and some of them are even remakes of old like Commodore 64 or ZX Spectrum games that you can play just on your phone with text. And Foro, you're making an adventure on game right now. How do you like the engine? Because that's another thing I want to do when I'm done making this game. Is I want to play around with Adventure On because I think it's so cool. Chris Ainsley just did an amazing job with that engine. My only experience with it is I helped a judge in Adventure on Game Jam once, and I had a really good time. It took a lot of time though, so I don't know if I'd do it again in the near future. But I was really glad I did because I got to play a bunch of really cool adventure games. That you can use the engine, the Adventure on engine in browser, which is also really cool and important for accessibility. And also you can play the games if you set it up correctly. You can play them in mobile. Yeah. Oh. Either way, you can on Maximus. You can either play them on mobile. You can play them just on your PC in browser window. Oh, cool! For you're hoping to export to 8-bit machines, the Adventure On stuff. That's really cool. I love it when people get attached to a project and they want to help build it out to do other things. I think that's awesome. So good luck with it. Yes, and Bilkun, yes, poutine was indeed invented in the late 1950s. Oh no, Bilkun, it's amazing. It might sound gross, like people hear the word curd, and I understand that word doesn't really have positive connotations necessarily. But cheese curds are awesome, and poutine is really good. Oh yeah, I was going to dither these. Oh yeah, I was going to also try my other window treatment. So first, let me fill these windows in with dither. I'll yeah, we'll do that for now, and then I'll get into what I was going to do. Tom, yes, you definitely need to try real poutine. Oh, you hate gravy, Bilkun. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, gravies are kind of a weird idea if you think too hard about it. I don't think about it too much, but it's basically like fat sauce. It's sauce made from fat. It doesn't bother me though, but I can see why it would, you know, bother people. And it's oily. Yeah, Tom, you can probably get good poutine outside of Canada. Yeah, just the key thing that's harder to get is the cheese curds. But if you can get the cheese curds, you're fine. Like gravy is gravy as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I was gonna try the other window treatment. Let's do that. Okay. Dan, have you tried poutine and you said you're saying no? Oh yes, yeah, Maximus, there are abbreviated commands that Deluxe Tux is mentioning. Yeah, there are. If you can learn it that way. Not everything can be done with abbreviated commands. Like ask KKABEE would be ask Kimmy about. I don't know what would be the EE. I don't know what, but yeah, I mean, there are some like open doors O space D etc. But you probably couldn't play it freely like that because there's a lot of less common commands that you couldn't do that with. But okay, yes, window treatment. Oh yes, it's 10:45, but I want to do the window treatment, so we're going to do that. Oops, wrong thing. It was this one. Okay, so what I was thinking. Did I not? Okay, so what I was thinking for this is. I was thinking making like rays of light going across that are solid cyan. Let's see what that looks like. So, for instance, how can I do this in the most easiest way? Okay, what I'm going to do to make this the most easiest way is I'm going to select the light and the dark gray, and then I'm going to invert that selection. And then that should give me just this part I want. Okay, actually I do want the dark gray. Select dark gray. Select. Oh, dark gray is the only one I need to select. Okay. No, light gray. Okay. Okay, so Dan also does not like gravy. Tom thinks gravy is the nectar of the gods. So who doesn't like gravy? I never thought that was a thing, but there's at least 2 people here who don't like gravy. So it's definitely a thing. Oh, DJ Mega Hammer smokes poutineery in Winnipeg. Okay, so that's a shout out. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, gravy is kind of a weird idea if you really think about it. Little delay on the caption. It's probably chugging horribly. What can I do to fix that? Yeah, thanks for telling me. I'm not. Sometimes. Oops. Yeah, that's not doing a lot. The rays that I was hoping to get on the windows. But the other potential idea that I had was doing dark cyan rays on the windows to make that stand out more. You don't put gravy on turkey, Dan? How is your turkey not dry? Oh, let's see. What's going on with the captions? Caption. Wow. Testing. Huh. Interesting. I'm going to just reload that. Wow. That is some delay. Give me a second. So what do you put on turkey, Dan? What do you put on turkey, Dan? Okay, let's try that. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, DJ. Thanks for letting me know, Afarama, about the delay. I have no idea why that happened, but I restarted it. Looks better. What does Dan put on his turkey? Just cranberry sauce? What are you doing, Dan? Did Dan just leave? He doesn't want to defend his gravy preference? It's fine if you don't want to defend your gravy preference. It's fine. I'm just curious. That's all I want. I just want to know what's going on. It's not as effective as I was hoping. Ah. Nope. Which one was the 213 copy? There it is. Okay, that's fine. Oh yes, so maybe we'll move on to some clouds or something. Did everything crash? Am I still on? What's going on? Unless it's just Dan, like I said, does not want to defend his gravy preference. Oh, what's going on? Everything is not doing well. Uh-oh. That's weird. What if I close some of these boxes? Close a couple tabs in Firefox. See what that does. What is going on? Okay. Boy. Is the Surface Book 3 getting upset? It doesn't have a temperature thing, so I can't tell. Doesn't feel particularly warm.